Yeah, I guess we are the only ones, so we can continue. And can you please let me know about yourself?
Yeah, me myself, I am a DevOps engineer and probably looking into the CCNA certification. Uh,
Okay.
that's pretty much me.
Okay, that's good. So let's directly begin. What all things we are going to cover in this course for CCNA, and let me just share my screen so that I can show you the complete outline about the course, what all things we are going to cover here.
Also,
So
yeah.
I hope that my
Is it okay? Also, is it okay if you record this session?
yeah, it's already being recorded.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, I'll let you know about myself. My name is Vishal, and I have more than 7 years of experience in networking domain. I am CCNA as well as CCNP certified. So I have expertise in networking domain as well as in cybersecurity domain. Okay. So I am basically expert in networking and cybersecurity. So I'll be teaching you the CCNA course, which is a very basic to advanced course, especially for the networking domain. If you want to start with networking, then this course is going to be a lot beneficial for you, because in this course you will be starting from the basic concepts of networking, like what is network, what are different types of network. Then we'll start with some basic concepts like IP addresses, MAC addresses, protocols. So there are a lot of things that you will be starting from the basics to the advanced level. So let me just provide you the outline and the main concepts that we are going to cover throughout the course. So first of all, we are going to start with some concepts of communication models, like how one device communicates with the other one. So we have some communication models, especially we have OSI model and we have another model which is TCP IP model. Now, these models will help you understand how one device communicates with the other device. As you know that networking is just the communication or the interconnection of two or more devices so that they can share data, they can communicate with each other, and they can do whatever things they want. They want to some upload some data, they want to download the data. So all those things we can do with the help of network. And in order to understand the communication that is going in the network, you have to understand these models, which is OSI model, that stands for Open System Interconnection Model. And then we have another model, which is Transmission Control Protocol slash Internet Protocol. So these two models are very, very popular, about which we are going to cover in this session. Apart from that, the other important concept that we are going to cover is IP addressing. You know that IP addresses are very important, as you know that they helps you to communicate from one device to other device. So if you want to have communication, the communication is only possible if your devices have an IP address, which you will get from your internet service provider. Okay, so your internet service provider will provide you with public IP addresses. They will set up a private IP addresses in your network so that you can communicate within the network as well as outside the network. So IP addressing is very important, especially we have two types of IP address, IP version 6 and IP version 4. These are very popular, so we'll be covering all these things from basic to advanced in this very popular course called CCNA. You know that this course is built by Cisco. It's Cisco Certified Network Associate. So this course, because it's built by Cisco, it's created by Cisco. So you're going to cover a lot of advanced concepts, especially the configuration of Cisco devices in this course, which is the most popular attraction of this course. Especially you will be learning about the configuration of Cisco routers and Cisco switches. So you'll be covering all these things in this course, starting from the basics. So as far as IP addressing is concerned, you know that every networking device requires an IP address. So you will be configuring the IP address on routers as well as the IP addresses on switches. So that is what this course will focus on. Okay. So we'll be configuring the IP addresses. Apart from that, we have MAC address. So you will learn about what is a MAC address, which is media access control, and it's the physical address of every device. IP address depends on the network, but MAC address doesn't depend on the network. It's a pre-configured network. What we can say, it's a pre-configured network, or it's a pre-configured address that you will find on every networking device. So that is the concept about the MAC address. Apart from that, in this course, you will be talking about some advanced concepts like routing and concepts of VLAN, that is virtual local area network. You must have heard of the term called as LAN, which is local area network, but you can also configure some virtual local area networks using switches. So you will be covering the concepts of VLAN as well as routing. You know that routing is something which allows your packet to travel from one network to another network. So if you want to communicate between two different networks or multiple networks, you should know the concepts of routing. So routing is normally configured on routers and VLANs are normally configured on switches. So these are different technologies that you will be covering respective to these devices. Apart from that, in this course, you will be also learning about the concepts of security. You know that nowadays cybersecurity is very, very important, and Cisco knows the same thing. Cisco already knew that their devices require security. So, in this course, you will be covering the concepts of security with a very popular term called as access control list, that is ACL. Now, ACL is very popular term as far as security is concerned because this basically allows your routers to take a decision that which devices are allowed to transmit and which devices are not allowed to transmit. So, which devices are allowed to communicate with the internal network and which are not. So, that decision is taken with the help of access control list. So that is another security concept that we will be covering theoretically as well as practically. All these concepts which I am telling you here will be covering them theoretically as well as practically. And that is why this Cisco's course is very, very popular in the industry. Apart from this course, we do not have any other certification course that will give you such high level information. Okay. Now, another attraction of this course is the concepts of wireless network. There are a lot of courses out there that doesn't cover the concepts of wireless networks, but this course covers the concepts of wired as well as wireless network. You know that there are a lot of wireless devices like mobile phones, wireless camera, smart watches, smart TVs, smart light. There are a lot of wireless devices that requires a network. And how they get it? They get it with the help of one of the very popular device called as access point. In short, we call it as AP. So access points basically allows your wireless devices to be a part of the network. So that is what we'll be covering in this course. You will be understanding the configuration of access points also, especially the Cisco's access points, which are very, very popular. And apart from that, you will be covering another device which is called as wireless LAN controller that helps you to basically control the access points. So if you want to control the access points, you have a device called as WLC, that is wireless LAN controller. So you are getting my point that what all things we are going to cover in this course. We are going to cover a lot of things like starting from the basic networking, then we'll cover some advanced concepts like routing and VLANs. And apart from that, also we'll be covering some other protocols, like let me mention them. We'll be covering some of the very popular protocols that you must have heard, like SSH, DHCP, DNS, this is your LLDP, then CDP, then we'll be talking about TFTP, NTP, syslog. So there are a lot of protocols that we will be covering in this course, and these are some of them. We have SSH, that is secure shell, that allows you to communicate with one device to another device. Then we have DHCP, that is dynamic host configuration protocol, which allows your devices, your networking devices, to get an IP address. Without this protocol, your devices cannot get the IP address automatically. So this protocol is again very, very important. Then we have domain name system that allows your domain names. You must have heard of google.com, facebook.com. So these are different domain names that this protocol converts to an IP address. So that is again very, very important protocol. We have LLDP and CDP. These are discovery protocols. One of them is created by Cisco, so it is called as Cisco Discovery Protocol. This is a proprietary protocol from Cisco. And this one is from IEEE, which is Link Layer Discovery Protocol. And these two protocol basically helps you to discover these networking devices in the network. Then we have TFTP, which stands for Trivial File Transfer Protocol. So this protocol basically helps you to transfer files from routers, from switches to your TFTP servers. So that is why this protocol is very, very popular, and you will be covering all these protocols practically. You will be performing the practicals on these protocols so that whenever you join a company, you should know the commands, you should know the configuration on Cisco devices. Next, we have network time protocol. That is again another protocol that helps you to synchronize time between these networking devices like routers, switches, access points, firewalls, and other things. And finally, we have syslog, which is a protocol that helps you to collect logs from different routers and switches. You know that logs are those events which occur in your networking devices. And this protocol helps you to collect those logs in a centralized location called as syslog server. So apart from these protocols, we are going to cover a lot of other protocols also in this course. But yeah, these are some of the key protocols that you should know and that are very important for your career as well as for the interview perspective. Now, the next thing that we'll be covering is, as I told you about IPv4 and IPv6. So this course not only covers the configuration of IPv4, which is again a very popular IP address, but nowadays the future technology is IPv6, because you know that IPv4 addresses have already been expired, and nowadays you already are seeing the IP version 6 addresses. So that is why this course focuses on IPv6 configuration also. So not only you will be learning the configuration of IPv4, but yes, the configuration of IPv6 will also be covered in this course. So that is again a very important point. Now moving ahead, the latest version of this course, which is CCNA version 1.1, that is what you will be learning. It has included artificial intelligence also in this course. And you know that AI is very popular nowadays. Artificial intelligence is in boom. So you know that what it means, that nowadays we have those kinds of concepts, we have those kind of devices, we have those kinds of applications which are AI powered, which have the capability to think, which have the capability to decide something, which has the capability to make a decision. So that kind of devices and applications are nowadays available using artificial intelligence. So we'll be covering the concepts of artificial intelligence, especially the Cisco devices and the configuration of like the how Cisco has integrated their devices with artificial intelligence. That will be again a main attraction of this course, because none of the other networking courses have included AI. This is the only course which has included, which is now integrated with the artificial intelligence concept. So you will be learning the AI also in this course, not only networking, but artificial intelligence also. Apart from that, the other thing that you will be covering is automation. Nowadays, network automation is very popular. People are not configuring hundreds of devices manually. What they are doing is they have automated scripts, they have automation techniques through which they are now configuring hundreds and thousands of devices within seconds, within minutes. So, that kind of concept is being used in the industry. And for that, we will be learning about the automation. And especially, there is a very popular software that you will be using for automation called as Ansible. So yes, you will be covering the concepts of Ansible also in this course. So that is what gives this course a lot of weightage. Okay, so you guys are definitely understanding what all things you are going to cover in this course. These are very like, I'm not giving you the complete syllabus, but yes, these are these key attraction of this course. There are a lot of other things also you will be covering, like ether channel, like routing protocols like OSCP. Then we have, sorry, OSPF. We have RIP routing. We have static routing. We have EIGRP routing. We have BGP for border gateway protocol. So there are other protocols and concepts that you will be learning, but yes, these are some of the key concepts, the key protocols and techniques that a network engineer, a network person should know about. Okay. And also, by the end of this particular course, you will be prepared for the CCNA 200-301 exam that you must give so that you can enhance your career in this domain of networking. And after that, after covering the concepts of CCNA, you can switch your career, or you can switch to other certification, that is CCNP, which is the advanced or professional level of CCNA. Okay. So I hope that you guys got my point, like what all things we are going to cover in this course, what are different key concepts, what all things we are going to do practically. And one more thing, there is a software that you will be using called as Cisco Packet Tracer. If you are interested in this domain, you must have heard of Cisco Packet Tracer. But apart from Cisco Packet Tracer, in our network, we have lots of Cisco devices physically present. So what you will be getting is, you will be getting the access of those devices from your end, wherever you are staying, wherever you are living, but you will be getting the access of our devices which we have configured in our network, so that you can practice on real devices. That will give you a upper hand on this course. That will give you an advantage, because when you will be joining an organization, you will be doing the practicals on real devices. So that is why this course will cover the concepts of real devices, real scenarios, so that whenever you join a company, you do not feel anything new. Nothing will be new for you. Everything will be like you have done something earlier in this training. So that is all I have to discuss in this demo session. So I'll now ask you guys, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. Hi, Deo. Uh, I hope that you attended the session right now and you must have learned what all things we are going to cover here. So if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me.
No, I think probably if I can see the full syllabus, I
Yeah.
think my only question is are we only touching Cisco firewall, or is there a section for firewall in the training?
Yeah. So what we have is, we'll be covering the concepts of security. So as I mentioned, access control list. And apart from that, you will be learning about firewalls, especially the Cisco firewalls, which are ASA, Adaptive Security Appliance. And also we'll be covering the concepts of IDS and IPS, which is intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. So definitely they are the part of the CCNA syllabus, and that is what we'll be covering.
Okay. So is it possible to include some other firewalls like FortiGate or
Yeah, that
Palo
definitely the
Alto?
concepts. Yeah, the normal concepts of firewalls will remain same, as you know that these devices will help you protect from the external network, from the malicious
Mhm.
request coming from the external network. But yes,
Yeah.
the Cisco ASA has some advanced capabilities, and also the configuration of Cisco ASA will be different from FortiGate, from Palo Alto and other firewalls. So definitely the configuration will be different, but the concepts will be same. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, most welcome. And if you have any other questions, you guys can ask me. Otherwise, we can end the session. And I hope you guys will be joining the session very soon with me. And we'll be covering a lot of things, a lot of concepts in this course that will help you to get a good job in the future.
One more question. For the project that we're going to be working on, do you have like a step by step for this project guidelines to accomplish each
Yes.
task?
Yes, yes, yes. As we'll be moving forward this course, we'll be providing you some questions, we'll be providing you some project guidelines that you can work on. As I said, that you will be working on our real devices that we have in our network. So you will be getting a lot of project questions that you will be working. You will be creating your own network on a software called as Cisco Packet Tracer that will help you to understand how to configure Cisco devices. So yeah, you will be working on real-time projects also.
So I think what William is asking for is like a cookbook. Right. Let's say
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to create a network for a company. I need three subnets. I need this, da 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 da. Like a step by step, right?
Okay, you are looking for notes.
Which notes, with cookbook,
Yeah.
with pictures and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Definitely, definitely. You will be getting notes, presentations from our end in which the commands and concepts will be written. Okay. So yeah, you will be getting everything in this package.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope that everything is clear to you guys, and it was nice talking to you guys, and I hope that you will be joining soon in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Most welcome. Please take care, guys.